Anthony Edwards, also known as Ant-Man. He's one of the youngest superstars currently taking over the NBA, and he's drawn comparisons to a legend you might have heard of, Michael Jordan. And when you watch the tape side by side, it's hard not to see it. The way they're both able to explode off the floor and soar through the air with effortless hang time, the balance, the elevation, and the footwork on every jumper, it all does look pretty familiar. But even if you don't see the similarities, it's impossible to ignore the excitement that the Ant-Man brings to the floor every single night. And although Anthony Edwards has probably gone the longest out of any superstar in the NBA without an official face scan in NBA 2K, thanks to pro play technology, we have the tools to recreate his game realistically in NBA 2K26. And today, that's exactly what we'll be doing with our realistic Anthony Edwards build in my career. The way that I enjoy playing NBA 2K is by recreating a player's game. So if you do enjoy more of a realistic play style and builds in NBA 2K, definitely do consider hitting that subscribe button, dropping a like on this video, and in the comment section, let me know what NBA player build you would like to see me bring to life next. Hey you guys, like I said, today is going to be our debut with our realistic Anthony Edwards build in the random rec. And on the screen, as you guys can see, this is the build that I have put together in order to recreate Anthony Edwards' game in NBA 2K26. Now, if you did miss the full build breakdown, I do have that video up on my channel as well. And in that video, I do go over the cap breakers that I plan to put on this build. So before you say anything about some of the thresholds that I did settle at, there is a reason for all that. So if you're curious about this Ant-Man build, maybe you want to put one together yourself, definitely do check out that video. And like I said, we're going to be recreating Anthony Edwards' game out there on the court today. So of course, we have to have every single animation equipped that he does have available in NBA 2K26. Now, as you guys can see, there is one exception down here with the post go-to shot. There is an Anthony Edwards post go-to shot, but unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it registers as a hook shot, so it takes close shot into play. And we don't have that high of a close shot on our Anthony Edwards build. So instead, I decided to put on Jamal Murray's. I feel like it is very similar to Anthony Edwards post go-to shot. Also, you guys see, I do have a custom jumper on. It is the majority of Anthony Edwards jumper, but something about going 100% on Anthony Edwards jumper, I feel like he pulled it behind his head. And I feel like Anthony Edwards, even though he does have a high release, I really don't think he pulls it like behind his head. This is just personal preference though. We did decide to throw in Chris Dunn. Shout out to Menace Productions on YouTube. He's great at making NBA 2K jump shot fixes, and he found that adding some Chris Dunn to the upper part of Anthony Edwards jumper, I think it just gets the set point a little bit more realistic. So this has nothing to do with gaining a competitive advantage, and it has everything to do with creating just a more immersive experience overall. And also for the dunk style, of course, we have Anthony Edwards equipped, as well as all the contact dunk animations that we currently have on this build. Moving over to the badge perks, I haven't hit level 40 yet because it is the start of a new season, but I do have a previous screen recording at the end of season 1 showing you guys what badges I do like to upgrade on this Anthony Edwards build when I do have these slots unlocked. And last but not least, we do have the potion machine takeover active for our Ant-Man build, because obviously Anthony Edwards freakish athleticism, we obviously want to be able to catch some crazy posters out there the same way he does in real life. And for the attributes that we will be upgrading with our takeover, I'm going to be going with speed with ball, perimeter defense, and ball handle. We have 4 games on the 1v1s just get warmed up with our Anthony Edwards build, and then we also have 4 games in the random rec. Now typically we only do 3 games in the random rec, but I didn't realize Anthony Edwards new shoes, the Adidas AE2s, are actually in the game if you make up in the shoe creator. So I did want to get a game in with his new shoes out there that he did debut to start out the season. But yeah man, like I said, we're going to be starting out in the 1v1 courts, getting warmed up with our Anthony Edwards build and all the animations. So let's get right to it. Hey, here we go, hopping into our first game on the 1v1 court. We're going to start this one out with that Anthony Edwards go-to shot. Really smooth jumper right there. We do have that Hall of Fame Shifty shooter because I did get this footage at the very end of season 1 as we utilize that Hall of Fame Shifty shooter once again, this time from 3 with our go-to shot. Now we're going to be stepping it back in the mid-range. Anthony Edwards jumper and animations overall in NBA 2K26, they are very smooth. I think they do give a really good representation of the footwork that he has, the elite footwork, as we get our left-handed finish right there in the paint. And to finish this one off, we're going to cancel out of the go-to shot, take it all the way to the rim once again, and that Ant-Man Euro step in the paint. We get a green light finish in our first game. Now moving on to the second game, we're currently down by 5, but showing off the strength right here. We did put 82 strength on our Anthony Edwards build. I do think that Ant-Man, he does have some good size for his height, so want to be able to replicate the strength that he plays with on the defensive end as we're able to get to the rim right there and show off that high flying ability that the Ant-Man has. Now down by 3, we're going to go to our go-to shot from 3, stepping back, knocking that one down with a little bit of help from that Hall of Fame Shifty shooter. Now that the game's all tied up, we're going to cancel out of our go-to shot once again. And I think for these games, I did have the Jason Tatum step back active. And then in the random rec, I do have the pro step back active, just in case you're curious. But yeah, I honestly like switching between both. I think both definitely have their benefits. Jason Tatum step back right there. And then we're going to go to Anthony Edwards hop jumper in the corner, Hall of Fame shifty shooter lighting up once again. And now we're going to cancel out of it, get a nice little step back right here, setting our feet, showcasing that footwork that the Ant-Man has in real life as we get an 11-7 victory in that one. Now in our third 1v1 game right here, we're going to get to the same exact spot as the previous game, knock that one down from the mid-range with a smooth jumper, and now we're going to get back in our go-to shot bag right here. We're going to get a nice step back three off that go-to shot, knock that one down for our 5th point of the game. And now look at this, that go-to shot, cancel out of it, get all the way to the rim with a high flying left-handed finish. But our opponent is gonna come back. These games only go up to 11. He currently has 8. We cannot give up a 3-ball on this possession as he's trying to bait me into jumping on the 3. We're not gonna go for it. We are gonna be able to pick up the bump steal as he dribbles right into us. As we go to our go-to shot once again, we cancel out of it as we take that one all the way in for another green light dunk. Anthony Edwards dunk package, it is so nice in this game. We get so high off the floor, just like he does in real life. So now for our final warm-up game before we do head into the random rec, we're going to size him up with that go-to shot, get a little step back off the dribble. A little space is all we need with our Ant-Man build. Now here, late in the shot clock, you guys are going to see I am trying to go to our post go-to shot. Wasn't very effective on that one as we do get a shot clock violation. Shout out to our opponent playing some good defense on that possession. But yes, the thing about some of the go-to shots sometimes is I'll end up accidentally activating a hook shot instead. So I don't really like to go to them all that often. Definitely something I still need to spend some more time labbing up in my off time. But yeah, guys, now with a 2-point lead, we're going to cancel out of our go-to shot. We're not even going to meter that one. We're just going to go with a nice two-handed flush right there. And now we're going to be setting him up, trying to bait him into biting on this 3-ball right here, but he's playing great defense on us. So we're just going to go with this spin jumper to create a little bit of space, stop it on a dime, and knocking down that green light, showcasing Anthony Edwards footwork. As this time we are going to go back with our green light dunk on that one, and then we're going to try to set him up once again. He's not going to fall for the go-to shot, so we're going to have to hop in the post and showcase Anthony Edwards post game that he was reportedly working on all summer. So we should be seeing that a lot more of Ant-Man this upcoming season. And now we're just going to go with a little finesse finish to end off this last warm-up game in the 1v1 court. So now moving on to the random rec, we're going to be able to showcase exactly what this build is capable of in a 5v5 setting as we pick up our first assist on the game, running the point guard with our 74 passing accuracy. Nice green light dunk here. You guys can see the speed with ball on this build. It is very nice. We have an 86 on that stat as we're going to pick up a second assist here. I don't know why our teammate waited so long, but he eventually does take the wide open shot. So now we're going to showcase our 89 speed, getting out in transition. Definitely want to get on that rim, show off that athleticism a little bit more as we're up to 4 points on the game. We now have 3 assists and the game is currently tied. We're going to hit our teammate in the corner. No offensive rebound on our build, but that's okay because we can still get those putback dunks just like that when we have our opportunities. Now we're going to light it up from 3. Last year, Anthony Edwards led the NBA in 3-pointers made. Obviously, we got to get him up out here in the random rec with our 89 3-ball. Now up by 8 in this second half. We're going to be working off the ball here. I see an opportunity to cut to the rim. My teammate sees me as we get a nice dunk right there. So now playing some defense in the corner, you guys are going to see the point guard that we were matched up against. He just kept dotting up the small forward. He had so many assists, and that man had about 45 points by the end of this game as we get a nice step back from the mid-range right there with Ant-Man. I absolutely love his hop jumper in the game, the Pro Play Tech. I'm absolutely loving it this year as we set up our opponent with a go-to shot, freeze him, get all the way to the rim right there with the green light finish, but the game is still close. Only a 3-point game. Once again, in the corner, our small forward, he just kept leaving him wide open. I had him covered in the paint, but our small forward, he just couldn't help himself. So the game is still close right here as I dish it off to our shooting guard in the corner. The ball is going to find its way back to me. So this time I figure, you know what? Let's just go to this go-to shot. Our matchup is not expecting it. Hand down, man down as we get a nice green light from the mid-range right there. Now, currently up by 1. We're going to be trying to play some defense with our Ant-Man build. Small forward is going to get a nice bump steal right there, and we are going to finish that one off with a nice dunk in transition. Now currently up by 5. We're trying to close out this game. Small forward once again, leaving his man wide open. The ball is going to be inbounded to me right here, and the inbounder does a great job cutting directly to the front of the rim as I'm able to hit the center and pick up our 5th assist of the game. So now we have a 4-point lead. We're going to dot up the power forward, cutting to the rim once again, showcasing that 74 passing accuracy a little bit more. And now playing some defense, 85 perimeter. We're going to get a nice jump on this contest right here as the point guard is going to force up a bad 3-ball. Nice contest from the Ant-Man. And then we're going to show off that bronze paint prodigy in front of the rim to close this one out. Close game right there. You guys see, though, our matchup literally had 21 assists. And I would say almost all of them were to that small forward who ended up dropping 46 points on the game. Now, moving on to random rec game number 2, we are going to be running the shooting guard position for this second game. So the Ant-Man's true position in this one, as we get the ball in the corner, got to finish with a meter dunk as the center was coming over to help, starting this one off with a nice flush down low. Now the ball is going to find us once again in the corner. This time we're going to get that Anthony Edwards pull-up jumper in the mid-range. Once again, because season 2 just started, we don't have that Hall of Fame Shifty shooter anymore. It's just simply on the gold level right now as we get some good karma, trying to be unselfish, find our teammate down low as he hits us back for a corner 3-ball. 7 points early in this first quarter after our last dunk. They're biting on it, so I'm going to find a man wide open on the wing, and he's going to knock down the open 3-ball. This defensive possession right here, we're going to get right up in the face of our matchup. He's going to try to pass out of the shot last second, and we're going to finish strong right there with the left hand in transition. Now we're going to come up with a rebound right here, and our opponents make a mistake. One of the first rules of transition defense, you got to stop the ball. No one stops the ball, so Anthony Edwards is going to make him pay with a high flying finish right there, ducking as he throws that one down through the hoop. Now the point guard is going to get a nice blitz steal on our man right here, and we're just immediately going to leak out with our 89 speed, getting down all the way down the court and finish that one off with another dunk. Now picking up another rebound, showing off the 74 passing accuracy once again. It's honestly not too bad. Obviously a point guard, you would like to see probably a higher passing accuracy, but because we're only 6'4", I don't want to be running small forward on our Anthony Edwards build. So we are at the point guard position as we do knock down that corner 3-ball. Gold set shot specialist lighting up right there as we get left open once again in the corner. You guys see our matchup, they're starting to fall asleep. One more pass over as we show off some great team chemistry right there. I love the ball movement. Keep that ball hopping as we find an easy wide open 3-ball. Huge lead in this one, but some more highlights to come as we pick up a great block right there. Anthony Edwards with our 69 block rating, able to pick that one up. Now center is getting back, so we have to go to a meter dunk right there. And as this one's winding down, you guys see we do have the poster machine takeover active, and look at the green light meter dunk on that one. The meter is just completely green. The poster machine takeover, it has been fixed. Previously the benefits were on the blur takeover, but now that the poster machine takeover is fixed, it is perfect for this Anthony Edwards build. Is once again, man, even though we're open for 3, I'm going to get a pump fake. We're going to get another meter dunk this time. This one's going to be a contact finish over Michael Porter Jr. in the paint as we're up to 25 points in this one. Once again, we're open in the corner, so we're going to take that easy wide open jumper. And to finish off this game, I'm going to go for another crazy dunk as we showcase our bronze glove right there, going for a meter dunk. I swear, man, I thought that we were going to get that one. The meter does shrink at the last second, but it's all good, man. We're going to just finish this one off with being unselfish into the corner, passing out of that one with our takeover active. They're biting on us. Finish with 27 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal and 1 block at the shooting guard position. Very efficient game from us once again. So now hopping in a rec game number 3 of the day. We're going to start this one out in transition. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Look at the windmill dunk, though, as we've seen Ant-Man go to so many times on breakaways in real life. And this time we're going to get ourselves a nice hit ahead with our 74 passing accuracy for our 3rd assist of the game, as we're able to create a wide open 3-ball. For whatever reason, our teammate does not want to take that open 3, but at least he is able to get the green light dunk to go, as we're going to showcase our 89 3-ball a little bit more. Silver limitless range on that one. A nice deep 3-ball. Anthony Edwards jumper is smooth as we knock that one down. Now up to 5 points and 4 assists in this one. We're getting out in transition. Eventually the ball is going to find us again, and we have the center on us. So we're just going to go to a quick step back, knock down that 3 ball for 2 threes in a row, and we have our takeover active early in this one. And everyone's going to be expecting us to try to pick up a poster dunk, but you know what? Let's just finish with a nice finesse finish that we haven't gone to in the rec yet, and we utilize that gold layup mix master now. Wide open in the corner. We don't even set our feet. We just immediately shoot the ball. It drags us inside the 3-point line, but right here, we're going to be wide open in the other corner, and we're going to knock down that 3 ball. So now we're up to 15 points in the game, and we do get the player of the half honors, as we also finish off that first half with 5 assists. And starting off the second half, after a strong first half from the Ant-Man in this one, we're going to find our small forward cutting to the rim right there. He doesn't take the shot. He smartly dribbles out, and he finds us wide open for a 3. Beautiful read right there from our small forward, as now we're up to 18 points in the game, as we get a beautiful step back right there. Look at the pro play animation on the step back, man. Anthony Edwards, that looked just like him in real life, as now we're up to 20 points in this one. We're going to create another wide open 3 ball. If you get so many dunks, the defense, they just can't help themselves. They want to protect the rim, and we're just doing a great job at driving and kicking it out to our open teammates, as we get ourselves another big win in the random rec. We end up finishing with 20 points and 6 assists in that third game right there, as we go 4-4 from 3 and 8 of 10 from the field overall. And now moving on to our 4th and final game in the random rec. You guys see on the screen, I'm not 100% sure if our opponent was trying to be AI because his build is 6'4", but I feel like with the accessories and the face creation, he really does look like AI. So I'm going to be calling him Allen Iverson for this game. We're matched up against AI for this 4th and final game. You guys see we do have the AE2s on. I believe this colorway is called Blue Fusion of these AE2s. I thought they looked really good, so I wanted to make sure that we get a game in with his new signature shoe out there. So here we go, 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. We have not gotten involved in the scoring yet. We're going to hit a nice little hesitation right there, get to Anthony Edwards' signature dunk package at the rim, as we get ourselves a solid drive for our first 2 points. Now we're going to go to that slow step, Euro step finish, the gold layup mix master helping us out right there, because it wasn't a green light, but we see so many times in the paint, Anthony Edwards loves going to that slow step. So that was a great finish right there, as our opponent is able to answer back with a contested 3 ball in the corner. That center was lighting us up all game. Now currently up by 1, wide open from 3. I don't know where Allen Iverson was, but he lost us in transition. So we're going to make him pay right there. So 7 points starting out this second quarter. I see a lane to the rim. We're going to go with a beautiful Euro step, showing off the agility and an acrobatic finish right there. The Anthony Edwards Euro step is looking great on that animation, as now we have a 6-point lead, 9 points in this one. But Allen Iverson, he's going to try to answer back. He does a great job of driving and kicking. And once again, that center is going to make us pay for leaving him. So now with a 4-point lead on the game, Allen Iverson, he can't stay in front of us, as we get a nice windmill finish right there. We are running point guard in this final one, but our center honestly did a lot of the playmaking. He was just launching the ball up the court, even off of makes, as we showcase our ability to play perimeter defense up against AI right there. But he's going to find his teammate on the back cut now with a 6-point lead on the game. Allen Iverson playing some good defense on us. I'm going to get the ball out of our hands, relocate, get a pump fake, let AI fly by, as we do pull up a nice green light 3 ball right there. I think that one looked pretty realistic with the flyby, as we reposition ourselves, get our feet set, and reload it from 3. Some nice rim protection right there from our teammate, as we don't do a great job spacing the floor right here, but our teammate is able to finish strong with the green light dunk in transition, as we're able to bump our lead up to double digits. We have 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists so far in this one, and we're getting out and running on the break. Once again, we're going to get the ball in the corner here, pass it out to our teammate, who's wide open for a 3, and he's unable to knock it down. So now we got to play some more defense. Allen Iverson gets the ball in the corner. Once again, we're going to be standing him up. He's trying to get to that baseline, but we're cutting him off nicely. But of course, that center who's been killing us all game, he's going to knock down another one. Nothing is guaranteed. We're going to keep our foot on the pedal as we get a beautiful 2-handed poster dunk to start off this second half with the punctuation from Anthony Edwards. Now up to 16 points. We're getting out in transition. Once again, we're going to stop on a dime, get a step back right here. Look at the slow step, green light layup animation right there. Probably didn't need to go to the slow step, as we did have a wide open lane to the rim, as Allen Iverson is going to start cooking in this second half. He's able to get a quick green light release right there. The release was so quick, we couldn't even register a contest. As right here, we're going to work off 2 screens. No one's going to pick us up. So we're just going to take the easy, wide open 3-ball right there. Now, Allen Iverson, he's finally going to get a step on us going baseline, and he's going to get himself a crazy poster dunk along the baseline right there. Once again, I told you guys, our center was just launching the ball up the court. It worked a lot, but not every single time. As he throws a turnover there, our opponent's out in transition, and they're cutting the lead to 13 as they do end up with a block once again. I'm kind of just thinking to myself, let's put the ball in the point guard's hands as we're able to utilize our gold pogo stick right there, as we're able to recover from our contest right there with that gold pogo stick, get out in transition, knock down the 3-ball. But that was a great pump fake from Allen Iverson. But luckily for us, we do have a lot of vertical on our build, which is able to help us out with that pogo stick recovery. As once again, the center, he's just going to completely ignore the defense, shoot over them in the corner for another green light 3. So now with our lead to 14 points, we're going to take with the ball right here. Anthony Edwards running the point guard. I'm going to go do a go-to shot, cancel out of it. Now that we have our takeover, I'm just looking for the rim. Anything towards the rim, it's going to have a big green window. For the entire fourth quarter, our teammates, they were just chucking up crazy shots. Our lead does end up shrinking down, but we ended up taking the most shots out of anyone on the team, so I was fine with watching the team shoot up some crazy shots in that fourth quarter as we finished with another efficient game, 26 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists at the point guard position. You guys see our center had 11 assists in that one, as we do go 11 of 14 from the field and 4 of 4 from 3. So yeah, you guys, there it is, playing realistically with our Anthony Edwards build in the rec. Overall, the build is a lot of fun. I'm very happy with the way it turned out, and I hope you guys did enjoy this gameplay. And if you do enjoy more of a realistic playstyle on NBA 2K and you want to see more off meta builds and gameplay like this, definitely do consider hitting that subscribe button, dropping a like on this video, and in the comment section, let me know what NBA player you would like to see me bring to life next. But other than that, man, that's going to do it for this one, so I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.